What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Interesting news, very interesting to me. The WBC finally announced this ruling in the case of Alexander Povetkin, who was the mandatory for Deontay Wilder. I made several videos about this. Povetkin tested positive for amounts of a substance that is banned in the United States that they sell at pharmacies in Russia called Meldonium. And they said it's basically like an energy booster, and it helps you replenish, recover, things of that sort. Because he had these amounts in his system, the WBC chose to cancel the fight. The fight was scheduled. Wilder was already in the UK, or he was in wherever he was in. I heard he was in the UK, and then he had to go to Russia. I don't know. But either way, he was willing to fight Povetkin in Russia. And the fight got scrapped because they didn't know what was going on, needed more time. And they finally come to a conclusion as far as what the ruling is and what the situation is. They also allowed Deontay Wilder to have a voluntary defense because his fight got scrapped. He already had a training camp. They didn't want it to go to waste. Wilder's team probably wanted something and let the WBC know that. And through no fault of his own, Wilder didn't create an adverse result in Povetkin's test. So with that whole melee, they gave him the Chris Arreola fight, or his promoter. They put together the Povetkin fight, or excuse me, the Arreola fight. He beat Arreola, as most people suspected, dominant fashion. However, he tore his bicep, hurt his hand. He's out for the rest of 2016. I made videos on that. So that's to get everyone caught up to speed. Now, the WBC just ruled that Povetkin has been allowed to continue fighting, right? And the WBC ruling, I read the paperwork. So the WBC ruled, due to the timeline, the Meldonium substance was just banned in January. There's no way to scientifically prove when he ingested it, when Povetkin took it. It could have been before the ban, it could have been after. As a result, they choose to give him the benefit of the doubt, and they're allowing him to fight, which is, it's fair, because you look at it. I watched the show Forensic Files, one of my favorite shows. Very similar circumstance. When you deal with court systems, you deal with any type of rulings, processes like this, they look for compelling evidence. They look for absolutes as much as humanly possible, right? So I've seen plenty of episodes where they're pretty sure they know who killed the person or kidnapped them or raped them, whatever, but they don't have enough evidence to present it and charge them with the crime. So they continue to build their case, because you have to look at it. You don't want the charges to get dropped and the person to get exonerated because you put together a faulty bullshit case with circumstantial evidence. You don't have enough compelling evidence with absolutes, more concrete information. But as soon as they find blood splatter and the blood type matches that person, and the forensic DNA matches the semen found, and they have a certain cat at their house and the cat fibers were on the little girl's dead body, things like that, now they could put together the case because they have more definitive information that they can present, and the charges won't be dropped because they have enough compelling evidence. But the situation with Povetkin, there's not enough absolutes. So the ruling, it's fair because the substance was just banned. There's a lot of people that are going to be like, oh, see, I knew he was innocent. Doesn't mean he was innocent. He still produced positive tests and a negative test. So it doesn't mean he's innocent. It just merely means there is not enough evidence. There's just circumstantial evidence that they can't condemn him for it. He could have been cheating. He could have said, oh, I took it in September of last year when it wasn't banned, and really been taking it in March, April of this year. The fact is, there's not enough evidence to support either way. He was innocent, or he was maliciously doing it and trying to get a one-up on Deontay Wilder and cheat. So it doesn't mean he's innocent. It just means they're giving him the benefit of the doubt because of the situation. The substance was recently banned, and there's not enough information going either way to determine that. Another thing they said is he has to fight Bermane Stiverne, and the camps have to agree on what's happening and the location and all that. And if they don't, then I believe it goes to a purse bid, which is very interesting as well. I think that's a solid fight. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Deontay Wilder, as I stated earlier in this video, he's out for the remainder of 2017. A lot of people are going to try to point the finger and blame Wilder. The whole melee with Povetkin has nothing to do with Wilder. He was there, ready and willing to go to Russia to fight. So Povetkin had this situation. Wilder didn't cancel the fight. The WBC canceled the fight based on everything was going on, and they didn't know how to handle it. Basically, they didn't know what was going on, so they needed more information, aka they needed more time to get to the facts. And that's why it's taken so long for this process, but you can't blame Wilder for that. So Wilder's out of the picture. As I mentioned, he got hurt in his last fight. He's out till 2017. So let's see Povetkin versus Stiverne in the meantime, who are the two highest ranking people with the WBC, not named Wilder. Those are the two highest rated names or whatnot in that sanctioning body, and now they got to fight. Winner gets Deontay Wilder, and I think that's fair. And I think honestly, Povetkin, for the Povetkin apologists or whatever, they have to look at it like you were taking something without disclosing it beforehand that was banned. And this is funny when it comes to vada, USADA catches. It's never the person who's on whatever or has whatever trace elements in his system or whatever, test positive, fails a test or whatnot, right? It's never the person and their team declaring the stuff beforehand, like Lucien Bute. All of a sudden now he failed his A sample and he failed his B sample, and he's saying, oh, I took a sleep aid and it had this ostarine in it. But why didn't you tell VADA or WADA or whoever was doing it beforehand that I'm on a sleep aid? So hey, if anything comes up, just know I'm on the sleep aid and this has all these ingredients in it. It's never declared by the fighters in the camp until they get busted. Then when fighters get busted, all of a sudden they're, oh hey, but I took this this NyQuil, it had this, I was on this protein and creatine, you know what I mean? They're telling you after the fact, after it comes out, that so it looks bad. So the bottom line is what I'm trying to say is with Povetkin, it's, you can't really be sympathetic in that regard because he was still taking Meldonium for whatever reason. I don't know who prescribed him, why he was on it, what kind of condition he has, and that's never been revealed to the public that I've seen. So he was on something for some reason, and it just so happened to be in a gray area where it was recently banned and stuff. Like, you got to declare that type of stuff so there's no mystery. So before it comes out on a failed drug test, the VADA would already know that, or WADA or whoever's doing it would already know, hey, you know what, I took this last year in September. Don't wait to get busted and get popped and then all of a sudden. So I mean, Team Povetkin kind of brought this on themselves. You create that cloud of doubt. Just come forth with the information, declare the information. These fighters, they have questionnaires and stuff they have to fill out beforehand for the medical purposes. I even went to get it was a massage and facial thing, pause, and you have to fill out this questionnaire. Are you pregnant? Have you taken this? Are you allergic to any medicine? Because they need to know, because there's certain chemicals that they do, and when they're giving you like facial scrubs and all kinds of stuff like that, certain chemicals they use, certain methods that they need to know what you're on, to know if there's anything that's going to have a weird reaction with whatever you're taking or whatever you're allergic to. So it's very standard for a situation like that. So again, if Team Povetkin didn't want any of this, then you got to be forthcoming with information. Don't wait till you fail a drug test and then start getting your ducks in a row is what happened. As far as Povetkin versus Bermane Stiverne, I actually like it. I think it's a good fight, and we all know that Wilder is hurt, so it's not like he can fight. So what is Povetkin gonna sit on the sidelines anyway for the remainder of the year? He already didn't get to fight because of the Wilder fiasco, so why waste even more time not having a fight? And if Povetkin should be able to beat, if he was gonna basically beat Deontay Wilder, and I'm not doing the triangle theory, but he should be able to get past Bermane Stiverne. If you think you could get past Deontay Wilder, the guy that beat Stiverne, then it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So it shouldn't be that big of an obstacle. And I mean, if Stiverne wins, more power to him. And he said he's been trying to get a rematch. Then he's putting himself in position. If you beat a guy like Povetkin, right, who I think his sole loss is to Klitschko, I think that's his only loss, and you said Deontay Wilder has ducked a rematch and doesn't want to give you a rematch, then this is putting you in position where he has to rematch you. So I see it being a positive. Either Povetkin is going to win and beat Stiverne, which is a solid name, and he's right back there for the Deontay Wilder fight in 2017, or Stiverne's going to win, and he believes that Wilder has avoided a rematch with him anyway, and he says he was dehydrated with, I forgot how to pronounce it, but RHE something. He said he was dehydrated in that first fight. So now there will be no excuses if he does get that rematch. And again, if he beats Povetkin to get it, then that's a very solid win. I just met Bermane Stiverne for the first time and interviewed him in Vegas when I was out there my last trip. And the motherfucker's big. Like, I'm a big dude. I'm 6'5", and he's not as tall as me, but he's like an oak. He's just big. Like, I didn't realize. I knew he was kind of big. Like, it's weird because I meet all these boxers all the time. Like, I met Cotto and Canelo, and I look at these dudes, and these dudes look tiny next to me. You know what I mean? I even met recently Thomas Williams Jr. He's a light heavyweight, but there's a picture of me interviewing him, and I'm just clearly just a lot bigger than a lot of these fighters. But Bermane Stiverne, he was big. I'm just telling you. So again, if Povetkin can beat him, that's a great name for his resume. It's not about being big. I'm just giving you guys some insight who may not have seen Stiverne. But I mean, I give props to Wilder for beating him too. He's a big dude. Not only that, he's powerful. He has a fucking chin. His chin is ridiculous. The shots he was taking in the Wilder fight. It's just really a matter if he's the same fighter, because I seen him after the Wilder fight, took a lot of punishment. His comeback fight, he won it, but he got knocked down, and I don't even know the guy that knocked him down. So either way, he's still a good name. Nobody stopped him. So, well, actually he did get stopped, but I thought that was bullshit. Demetrius King stopped him, but that was a premature stoppage. If anybody's ever seen that fight, that was some bullshit. The ref should be embarrassed about that stoppage. But I like it. The WBC, like I said, they don't have enough information to conclusively pin it on Povetkin if he did or did do it before or after the ban. As a result, he gets off, and now he has to fight Bermane Stiverne. Winner gets Deontay Wilder. So there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section, oh, Wilder's ducking Povetkin. Not really, because if Povetkin, he probably would open up as a favorite. I don't know all the details. I don't know. But, I mean, Povetkin might open up as the favorite. So, I mean, it's a fair fight. And if either guy expects to beat Wilder in a rematch, then beating each other shouldn't be a big deal, you know what I mean? Because Wilder is the champion. He's a lot taller and bigger. Povetkin actually does well with people who are about his size, but so does Bermane Stiverne. Like when he fought Chris Arreola, he had an easier time than Deontay Wilder. And I know they bring different things to the table. I'm just throwing that out there. I think both fighters look better with guys who aren't as tall. You know what I mean? When Povetkin fought Klitschko, when he fought Amerish Weck, he didn't look as good. You know what I mean? It was a very late stoppage when he fought Weck. He got hurt and dropped by Klitschko. And then same thing with Bermane Stiverne. He didn't look as good when he fought Wilder versus when he fought Chris Arreola. And I understand it's different styles, but I think the size also plays a part. Let me know what you guys think. That is the latest with Povetkin. That is my breakdown. Share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe to next video's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.